provided a quality education for the students of Eunice through good times and bad. The Eunice School District appreciates the Eunice community, and they're proud of their Eunice Cardinals. Eunice is on the move. Are you ready?
Eunice Pump and Supply has been around for over 30 years and is excited to continue their services to the community. They take pride in their employees and their hard work and dedication, and most importantly, take pride in the youth of Lee County. Eunice Pump and Supply is a proud supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics. Eunice Pump and Supply, 1310 Avenue O in Eunice, another proud supporter of Lee County athletics. Parker Energy, family owned and operated since 2006. Their team is known for their hard work and dedication, big enough to meet your needs for transport, pump trucks, vacuum trucks, and disposal services. Parker Energy and their staff are huge supporters of all Lee County sports and academics. They encourage their young adults to go the extra mile, whether it's sports, grades, or just being a better you. Parker Energy Support Services, 2350 Avenue O, a proud supporter of Lee County athletics.
Are you looking for a reliable and trustworthy auto shop? Check out Zia Auto Shop in Eunice. Zia Auto Shop specializes in lube and tires and accessories. They accept fleet company maintenance cards and do washing and detailing. Next time you need a dependable tire or lube service for your vehicle, Zia Auto Shop has you covered. All the services you need, call 394-0298 for all your lube, tire, and accessories. That's 394-0298. Zia Auto Shop, 1800 Main Street in Eunice, proud supporters of the Eunice Cardinals and Lady Cardinals.
Cardinal Hardware is your complete lumber yard with reasonable prices and outstanding service. When you need hardware or lumber, think of Cardinal Hardware. When you need great accommodations that feel like home, think of Oil Patch Motel in Eunice. Cardinal Hardware and Oil Patch Motel in Eunice, another proud sponsor of all Lee County sports and academics.
Eunice has a friendly small-town atmosphere, great schools and churches, and a low cost of living. The entire community is very involved with all levels of sports and academics. The Eunice Department of Motor Vehicles' new office hours are Monday through Thursday, 7:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m., and Friday, 7:30 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. No testing on Friday. Eunice, a friendly small town with a wonderful community and amenities. The Eunice Clinic is proud to support the Eunice Cardinals. Go Cardinals! You're the pride of Eunice. The Eunice Health Clinic offers many of the same basic services that many local physicians provide. They specialize in sick care for all ages, women's exams, physicals, health education, lab tests, and diagnostic studies. They're proud supporters of athletic and academic events. The Eunice Health Clinic is proud to back the Cardinals. Go Cards!
Eunice Public Schools is proud of their Eunice Cardinals, the Eunice community, and the staff of Eunice Schools. Eunice Public Schools has anchored itself as an integral part of the Eunice community and takes school safety very seriously. Eunice Schools have continually provided a quality education for the students of Eunice through good times and bad. The Eunice School District appreciates the Eunice community, and they're proud of their Eunice Cardinals. Eunice is on the move. Are you ready?
Eunice Pump and Supply has been around for over 30 years and is excited to continue their services to the community. They take pride in their employees and their hard work and dedication, and most importantly, take pride in the youth of Lee County. Eunice Pump and Supply is a proud supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics. Eunice Pump and Supply, 1310 Avenue O in Eunice, another proud supporter of Lee County athletics. Parker Energy, family owned and operated since 2006. Their team is known for their hard work and dedication, big enough to meet your needs for transport, pump trucks, vacuum trucks, and disposal services. Parker Energy and their staff are huge supporters of all Lee County sports and academics. They encourage their young adults to go the extra mile, whether it's sports, grades, or just being a better you. Parker Energy Support Services, 2350 Avenue O, a proud supporter of Lee County athletics.
Are you looking for a reliable and trustworthy auto shop? Check out Zia Auto Shop in Eunice. Zia Auto Shop specializes in lube and tires and accessories. They accept fleet company maintenance cards and do washing and detailing. Next time you need a dependable tire or lube service for your vehicle, Zia Auto Shop has you covered. All the services you need, call 394-0298 for all your lube, tire, and accessories. That's 394-0298. Zia Auto Shop, 1800 Main Street in Eunice, proud supporters of the Eunice Cardinals and Lady Cardinals.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Eunice basketball this afternoon as the Lady Cardinals are at home taking on the Dexter Demons. And we just saw the JV team pull out a squeaker there at the end. So we got a good start on this afternoon's game. What are your comments or your thoughts about Dexter this afternoon, Judge?
Well, we talked about it a little bit earlier. For one, they're undefeated, and there's something to be said about being undefeated. Nobody wants to suffer that first loss of the season. I will say this, as we talked about, their strength of schedule is really, really weak. If you look at that percentage, it shows it on Max Preps, and they've got a very strength of schedule, or very weak strength of schedule rating. So they haven't played any teams that are ranked very high or have a very high strength differential. At the same time, they're undefeated. I mean, they beat Lovington. Lovington beat us. They only beat Lovington by, if I recall correctly, I believe 4 or 5. It was very close.
Yeah, 7 points against Lovington and beat Jowell by 12.
Yeah, so I mean, I think we beat them by 8 or 9 and lost a very close game to Jowell that was probably closer even than what the score reflected. So, it's going to be a competitive ball game here today. It'll be interesting to see how it works out. I'm assuming that some of the girls that played in that JV game will be on the varsity group, because when I've watched the varsity warm up at halftime, there's only 5 of them. And so I'm guessing then they're not going to just play with 5. But at the same time, it could be interesting here at Joe Langston Gymnasium here today. Once again, they're 7-0. I think the last I looked, our schedule is 3-3 overall, 3-2 in district. We're really, really going to have to finish out this end of the season very strong to have any thoughts of the postseason. The last time I looked at the standings, Tatum, who's winning our district, is sitting about number 4, number 5, depending on which one of the polls you look at. And so you've got 6 districts. So the winner of each district automatically gets in, no matter what their overall record or ranking is. So that'll be 6 guaranteed spots, and then they're only taking 8 total, whereas in past they've done 16. They're only taking 8 total. So you'll have 2 at-large berths into the state tournament, and there are a couple of teams like for example, Clayton. Clayton is currently ranked number 2 in their district, but their only losses are to Pecos, who's the number 1 ranked team in the state. And they lost to them in overtime, and then lost to them, I think, by like 3 or 4. So, I mean, they are a quality team, and I would guess that they're going to get in. And then, so that leaves 1 spot for all the rest of the state to battle for, because once again, I believe Clayton's ranked in like the top 5 or 6 in the state right now. So that realistically, there's 1 spot that all the rest of the state is fighting for that at-large bid. And currently, we're, I think, setting at 12 in one poll, and then the other poll we're not ranked at all. Yep. So we're going to have to finish this season strong. And once again, as we've talked about in previous games, we're going to be shorthanded again. I mean, Chloe won't be here. We're also missing some other players. So it'll be an interesting day here for the Lady Cardinals.
Well, and so the Cardinals, basically, they need to win out is what I'm hearing you say, Judge. And they've only got 3 opportunities left. So they have today. If I remember correctly, their next game and then is until Friday night at Loving. And then they've got Saturday against Hagerman.
Yeah, I believe that's right. I think my opinion is that they've got to win out, and then they've got to hope for the Leprechaun to come over and sprinkle some fairy dust on their shoulder or whatever when it comes to that seeding at the end.
So not only win out, they've got to win big out.
Yeah, I think, and I think this game plays a part in that as well. I mean, I think, I think this game would help us, and I think it would give us some some arguing, some bragging. I don't know what the words are, but it would give us some things to at least hang our hat on. While we've got a second, I've been keeping up with the stats as the seasons went on. I've been sitting at home and compiling stats, and so I've been even sending those over to Coach Gaetan just so that he would have those. I'm not sure if they're keeping them or not, but right now, if you stop the season right now for the Lady Cardinals, Faith Hobbs has got 44 points. Chloe Jones has 48 points. Next in line is Kendra Caballero with 31 points. So those are your three top point players. You've also got Denise Rangel with 27 and Ida Frazier with 25. That's on the season. When you jump over and you look at rebounds, you've got Hobbs is leading the team right now in rebounds with 40. Isabella Garrett is next in line with 29. Kendra Caballero with 28. Rangel with 23. Frazier with 21. You jump over, you look at assists. Right now, Chloe Jones is leading the team in assists. There's nobody in double digits in the assists, so that's definitely not been one of our strong points. Steals, right now Chloe Jones is leading the team in steals. Next in line is Kendra Caballero with 21, and then behind her is Faith Hobbs with 13. The one part of these that really is a concern to me and something that we've talked about before and during every single game is turnovers. Turnovers are really killing us. When you look at this, of our probably top 5, 6, maybe even 7 players on the team, with the exception of Isabella Garrett, who right now is sitting at 4 on the season. Every other guard or role player on this team, whether starter or not, is averaging over 20 turnovers, they have over 20 turnovers for the year, and we've got a couple of people at that 30-40 range for the season. And so that has definitely been our Achilles heel for the year here today. Very, very important that we hang on to the basketball.
Well, I think today, one thing that I'd like to see out here, and you and I have talked about in the last couple of weeks, and you've been a big fan of hers, is Jasmine Martinez getting and actually having her start out there in place of Rangel.
Yeah, the thing that I like about Martinez, I know that, when you look at basketball and stats, that's probably not her cup of tea. She doesn't, at the end of the game, you don't look over and say, hey, she's got a triple-double, but
she's not getting that many minutes.
That's right. That's true. She's a hustler, though. Yep. She picks up a lot of loose balls that people are going for, balls that maybe somebody else causes a turnover, the ball's on the floor, and the next thing you know, in comes Jasmine like a Hoover vacuum cleaner, and she grabs it up and kicks it out to somebody who's off for a layup on the other end. Other things that she does defensively, she's just very aggressive. She's got her hands moving a lot. Yep. She gets a lot of deflections that end up on the score sheet for somebody else for the steal, but she had a fingertip on it when they threw the pass away.
We saw a lot of that on her at the fourth quarter game on Tuesday night.
Yes.
We saw a lot of her doing that. So that's why my suggestion, I know you've been talking her up all the season, and we actually saw her display it on the last game, and we've got a couple of players out there that are having a tough time right now, and I think that we need to switch it up. And I think one thing looking down here at the Dexter girls that we're not seeing that we've seen in all the previous games is a huge size discrepancy between the two teams. They've got a couple of girls that are, that look like as you always like to say, they look like basketball players out there, but for the most part, we're not seeing a, over-towering game out there today.
Yeah.
So that could have a different complex, too, because we've had so many times where we get a shot and that is it, and we're just closed out on rebounds.
Right. Yeah, I agree with you 100%. Most games, in fact, I think every game but this one, we have sat up here and looked down there and went, wow, we're just outsized.
Yep.
And this game, they've got a couple of young ladies that played in the JV game that have some decent size, but of those 5 girls that appear to just be varsity, they're not a whole lot bigger than our young ladies. So it's actually a game where you sit and go, okay, well, size-wise, we ought to be in the ball game here. And so
could make for a real up-tempo game then.
Yeah, I hope so.
Yep.
I really hope so. That would be, I think, beneficial to us.
Yep.
And so we'll see how it goes. It's going to be interesting, and the rest of the season's going to be interesting. And then I know baseball and softball are getting started, and so a lot of these young ladies, I mean, I would guess that 3/4 of our team is I would say that 90% of our team is either running track or playing softball. Mm-hmm. And so I would guess these young ladies probably for the most part are practicing 2 practices an evening already by now.
Well, I got to tell you, by next Saturday, the boys' team is going to be worn out. They have 5 games in 5 days starting Tuesday night. So, I think Wednesday, I forget who's Tuesday night, but I think Wednesday night we host Lovington here. But I know the boys have got a game every single day starting Tuesday through Saturday.
Yeah, I know they rescheduled a bunch of theirs, and it was one of the things that sometimes I'm a little vocal with my concerns for things, and sometimes I stick my foot in my mouth, but most of the time if it's something I'm saying, it's because I feel passionate about it. And the boys rescheduled all their games while they had the kids who were having to follow the protocol of the state. The girls didn't, and I didn't necessarily like that. I didn't necessarily agree with it. It's the same incident that's caused both groups to have to miss. Yet the boys rescheduled, and the girls said, "Too bad for those of you that aren't getting to play." And I just didn't like it. I didn't agree with it. But probably, I mean, in all honesty, and I don't have a problem saying it, the main reason I didn't agree with that is because my kid's at home right now, not getgetting to play, and
well,
and
we
she
said
likes
also,
to play.
but she's a freshman though,
yes,
so
yes.
She's going to have many more opportunities, and I'm sure from what she's played this year that we're probably going to see her in the starting 5, the next 3 years out here. The bigger thing out there is the fact that we now have half the state back yellow again, and so both Carlsbad and Chavez are both back to yellow, which means no fan in the stands. Albuquerque is back to yellow. Santa Fe is back to yellow, which means for the state playoff that the girls could be up there playing by themselves with nobody in the stands.
Yeah, it's very possible. And if you looked at our spread rate and all that stuff, ours went up too. We just stayed under the umbrella that kept us from bouncing back up. But
fortunately, they only do it every 2 weeks,
yes.
So we'll get at least through the regular season
yes.
here before.
Yeah, it's definitely a kind of I hate to use the word scary, but it is kind of a scary situation for us because we could very easily end up back the other way if some things don't happen differently here, in the near future. And so that's definitely something to be concerned about. And like you said, I mean, if we're lucky enough to get into one of those spots and get in the playoffs, it is highly likely now as you look at that state map that we'll end up somewhere where nobody can go watch. So that just leaves, the broadcast and whatnot there. And otherwise, everybody will be back home watching it from, hopefully watching it on our broadcast.
Well, that's what happened to us last year is, both Ty and TJ were up there and they got a game, and then all of a sudden everything got shut down. And we were fortunate that at least they let us broadcast the game. That was just radio last year, but now we'll have, for the playoffs we won't have video either because they don't allow that. So we'll be back to just radio broadcasts up there, and it's kind of a shame for parents. We look at these seniors, and not just our seniors, but all the rest of these seniors that are be going there, not getting to be seen, not getting video, which, could potentially hurt any of them that could go on. Yeah,
it's definitely a bad deal all the way around, and you don't want that to happen for a lot of different reasons. I mean, as a fan of sports, I don't want it to happen because I like to go watch. As a former player, I mean, there's nothing to me that is better than hearing that crowd noise. And I think back on as a coach when we played Tahatchee in the state championship game in the pit, and right after us you had Hope Christian playing Shiprock, and they had the whole Navajo Nation in that place completely sold out, waiting line out front. And it was the rowdiest I've ever seen or been a part of. And although we lost that day, it was one of the better sporting environments I've ever been a part of. And I can't imagine being in that same situation in silence.
Well, and then you've got, we look at what happened in the NCAA tournament. So you had teams like, Duke, who was going through the ACC tournament, and which is the only way they were going to get in anyways.
Yeah.
But they had a positive, and they're done. You got Kentucky. Then you had two teams that during the 64, that basically ended up their season, and two teams moved on just by forfeit, and that could just as easily happen here.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we've seen that the last couple of weeks with this situation with our boys and with my daughter. I mean, just because my kiddo was exposed to someone who later found out they were positive, and who at the time had zero symptoms.
Yep. Well, that's kids. That's the main thing, is most of them don't.
And so, so she got sent home, and so that's a situation that could happen to any one of these teams at any given time. And, you talk about a game changer. Think if our team made the playoffs, and let's say they were in as the number 8 seed, going to have to go to number 1, Pecos,
Yep.
and Pecos had a positive test. I guess at this point, because of the 10-day rule, that'd be a forfeit. And now you got the 8 seed sitting at the top of the ladder. I mean,
Yep.
there's just so many what-ifs and so much craziness that's going on right now. And so, anyway, it's going to be an interesting finale here.
Yep. Well, as we said earlier, so for the girls, it is a win out, and they need to put up some, not just win out, but they need to put up some quality games and some quality spreads here. And I don't, when I say spreads, I hate about, running up the score, but when you talk about those image wins, and we've talked about them many times. So looks like we're going to do the national anthem, or we're going to do the Pledge of Allegiance here.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, we're back to the live action here. They're starting to introduce the players for today's team. And this is another outfit where Dexter's got a very young team. I see that they've got only 2 or 3 seniors on the squad and a lot of sophomores out there.
Yeah, it's like I said, it'll be an interesting deal. I mean, I don't think, even though they're undefeated, I don't think that they're as strong as some of their teams that they've had in the past. I mean, they've had some teams over the last 10 years that were ranked, in the top 2 or 3 in the state. If you look at I looked at their ranking, and they're not even in the top 5, even though they're undefeated. But once again, it's because of that strength of schedule. And so,
but it won't stop them from going to the playoffs if they stay undefeated.
Yeah,
so they will take one of those spots regardless.
Yeah, and for them, Dexter for years after the reclassification in the late 90s, Dexter and Eunice were in the same district for 10 years or more, and it seemed like it stayed that way for a long time. And so Dexter and Eunice became kind of like rivals for many, many years. And so just a couple of years ago, when Eunice came from 3A back down to 2, they stayed in 3, and so they're still there at this point. So that's the positive for today, for sure.
I don't see Jasmine's number out there.
Let's see. I was trying to see if I see her. I don't see her either.
I see 24, which is typically we don't see her, and I don't even know what the young lady's name is. That's in uniform down there for the Cardinals, but I don't see Jasmine
Martinez. Yeah, so that'll be another one that we'll be missing here today. It looks like she is not out there.
So we don't see Clarice, and we don't see Jasmine. Did I see Maribel Lopez out there?
Yeah, she is out there.
Okay. And Ashley Castillo's there, so I'm looking at the kids that don't get a whole lot of playing time. So we're down 4 players from what we normally play with.
Yeah, we definitely have a couple.
All right, we're about to get underway here. And since the no-jump ball, Dexter will inbound the ball, and we look out there in the court, and I don't see any big matchups out there. So what you were saying appears to be this could be a very up-tempo game, and we might get some second shots. And we got the first shot in there, and it is missed, and so the ball will go over to the Cardinals. Looks like Dexter is going to start the game with the press. And out to Rangel. Rangel down there's got Isabel Garrett's underneath the net there. And we got Frazier, and the ball goes there, and the rebound goes over to Dexter. And Dexter drives down. Her shot is up and no good, and Isabel Garrett gets it, and she's off to Frazier. But that ball is knocked away from her and back over to Dexter. Well, nice little thing that she drove over Garrett there, but missed her shot. And then we got, looks like Caballero and Garrett tied her up there on the rebound. So jump ball and back to the Cardinals. So the Cardinals have gone down court twice and have had only one shot at goal. And we get a timeout called there as they had Rangel tied up on the sideline.
Yeah, we're running a press breaker. They ran it in the JV game. It's the first time I've seen them run it all year, but it's a press breaker that as a coach I used a lot. Your post, when that ball comes over here, like it reversed all the way back to this side, that offside post has to flash middle, and that post stayed wide. So when she caught it over here, of course, she did one of the things that you tell kids never to do, which is go right across half court and pick up the ball, because now you're stuck in that corner. But
and they really had her stuck with the timeline there, too.
Yes, but that backside post just floated down the court, and if she had ran right to the middle circle, she'd have been wide open. And then, you make that pass, and the press is broke, and off you go. But anyway, with 7:04 remaining here in the first quarter, it's a 0-0 ball game.
And Cardinals have only had one shot with 1 minute gone out of the game here. Rangel looks like she's going to drive down. She pulls up. Her little jumper is no good, and rebound is off to the Demons. I remember saying not Wake Forest because I still can't think of Demons as the Wake Forest Demons. College ball. All right, out top of the key there. That is Torres. Torres goes over to Stewart. Over on the sideline here, she feeds into Stone, and her shot is up and no good. So Duran got in there, but her shot was no good, and the ball is out of bounds and back over to the Cardinals.
Yeah, Eunice got a good break right there because it looked like we hit that one out, but we'll take it.
Yep. And Rangel brings the ball down court. She gets tied up and trying to throw it away, and then Caballero steals it right back. So good move there by Caballero. She drives down, and so Caballero may go to the line there. That was all ball there, but she got body checked.
Yeah, she got the body as she was going up. I think they called it on the floor.
Yep.
And so that's going to send Eunice to the baseline to throw this ball in on a baseline out of bounds play.
Well, almost 2 minutes gone in the game, and so far the Cardinals have only taken 2 shots. So we're getting something going. Isabel Garrett, she comes in. Her shot is no good. And looks like the rebound is knocked out of bounds by the Demons, so Cardinals are going to maintain possession.
Yeah, they just move over to the other side of the basket, same thing.
Yep. All right, they come out deep, and the ball is intercepted there, and it's taken, and then it's stolen back away by by Frazier. Frazier steals the ball away, and I think they're going to call that was a jump ball. So Frazier, the inbound pass got stolen, and Frazier steals it back.
Yeah, I'm still confused in what they call it. Did they call it a jump ball?
Yes.
Okay. All right, so we got a jump ball. 6:06 remaining here in the first. Dexter has the ball, bringing it across the timeline.
And no score. A ball in easy lead in there, and she finally gets it as that Stewart gets the basket there. She has a nice lead, and 2 minutes gone here in the game, and we have our first score.
That's 2-0 with 5:52 remaining. Eunice has got the ball. They're pressing. We're
all right. Inbound to Ringgold and over to Hobbs. Hobbs is tied up. She goes to Caballero. Caballero brings it down. And actually, Caballero had a couple. She goes to Garrett. There's good. Garrett's shot is up and no good, and the rebound is back off to Deacons. And there's a jump ball there, which should mean it'll be Cardinals ball again.
Yeah, Caballero was able to get in there and tie him up. So 5:40 remaining. Eunice trails 2-0.
All right, out to Rangel. Frazier. Rangel goes to the top of the key with Frazier. She goes inside to Garrett. Garrett goes over to Caballero. Caballero looks to drive in, and the ball is knocked away, and it's going to be Demon's ball. And the ball comes all the way down court, but fortunately they throw it away, and Garrett gets it, and she's going to be fouled.
Yeah, she grabbed it, and the young lady grabbed her arm, so that'll turn the ball back over to Eunice. Dexter will set up that full court press again here. Hobbs will have it to throw it in.
Yep. So that's the second foul on the Deacons so far. Demons. And Caballero, and that is definitely going to be a foul there. That is, that's going to be on number 5, Torres, and she kind of stuck the leg out there and tripped Caballero coming down the line.
Yeah, so that'll give Eunice the ball at midline. Dexter's now picked up 3 fouls. We've got 0 at this point. 5:17 remaining in the first. Eunice trails 2-0.
Still early for Hobbs.
True.
She loves to get in there and mix it up. But she didn't foul out the last game, and then Rangel throws that ball away on a fast breakdown here. And Caballero, what a great job as she's going for the layup. Caballero just sneaks right in there and knocks it away. Yeah, the ball will stay with Dexter, but
great hustle there by Caballero. She's able to get in behind him and poke it free.
Stop that layup. They come back around, and this young lady goes down, and the ball's up over the back. Looked like one of those Jenga machines where it's just bouncing back and forth there.
Yeah. Eunice will get the ball at the baseline again. 4:59 remaining. Still 2-0.
3 minutes gone in the game, and we have a 2-0 score. Frazier gets the ball, and she gets knocked away from her and stolen by Dexter. That number 3 there, Dexter Kobos, she's playing pretty good, but I think she's going to be fouled. Looks like she's going to be fouled by Rangel.
Yeah, Rangel reached in there and slapped her across the forearm, so that'll give them the ball over here on the sideline. That's the first foul for Eunice.
Boy, 3 minutes and 15 seconds left gone in the game, and 2-0. Wow. Well, we talked about it being up-tempo, and we're seeing that as both teams are going up and down the court quickly, but we're not seeing much scoring. And we're going to have a foul there, and that's going to be in the act of shooting. Not sure who that was on.
I believe they called it on Isabella Garrett.
Yeah. And that would make sense where she was positioned. It would be on Garrett.
Yeah, so that foul will be on Garrett. That's her first. Eunice now has 2 team fouls. Dexter has 3. Dexter goes to the line and misses the first free throw. It's 2-0 Dexter. 4:28 remaining in the first, and she'll have 1 more.
Well, she sets up that second shot, and this time it's just off the rim, and I'm not quite sure what happened there. I mean, I think maybe that was an inadvertent whistle there. There was, yeah.
I think you're right.
But still stop play, and Frazier, so Hobbs has Frazier way down, but overthrows it, and so it's going out of bounds. So now the ball's going to go all the way down the other way, and Dexter is going to rebound under their own basket. Or going to inbound, not rebound, inbound.
Yeah, Hobbs threw that one like Peyton Manning, and it just went a little long there, just over the fingertips of Frazier.
All right, trying to get an inbound there, and Garrett gets a finger on it, but not enough to prevent them from getting the ball. So we got Duran at the top. She's going to go over to Kobos. Kobos looked drive in, and Kobos' shot, not shot, but her pass was knocked away, but it stays with the Dexter as Stewart's got the ball top of the key. And Frazier guards her, and the rebound goes off to Garrett, and Hobbs has got the ball bringing it down court. She goes over it. Oh, well, she tripped and fell. Now we got 2 girls on the ground down here on the other side. And with that 3-on-2, or 5-on-3 actually, they were to convert, and it's now 4-0. And we got another turnover there as Hobbs throws that ball long, and Frazier's not able to catch up with it.
Yeah. We're struggling against the pressure again here, and it's given us some fits. So 3:41 remaining here in the first quarter. It's 4-0 in favor of Dexter, and they'll have the ball to midline.
And so they're taking Hobbs out, and they put one of the young ladies from the JV team in. I don't know her name. It's number 24, but they just turned away there. So she has a chance. She looks out, and the ball is knocked away from her. That number 3 there, Kobos, is a pretty good player for Dexter.
24 is Didi. Didi Zamora, I believe is her last name. She played volleyball all year this year on the JV as well.
Okay.
So it's 4-0. Dexter leads. 3:16 remaining in the first. Eunice will have the ball under Dexter's basket. Dexter applying the full court pressure.
And so far, that has given the Cardinals fits. As we've had the ball knocked away several times, and the Caballeros almost loses it on the dribble there. if my numbers are right, we've had about 5 shots on goal, and here Garrett goes down. And
that's a good move there.
Yeah, and Garrett's going to be called for a jump ball, and I can't actually say I just.
Oh no!
Okay, he's calling foul, and he's saying jump.
Yeah, the ref up here at the top, he called a foul on the drive, and then the one down on the baseline come in and said jump ball, but the one up top said no, that's no jump ball. So that'll send Isabella Garrett to the line. She will, I'm assuming, get 2 here because I thought the foul was on the floor, but she misses the first, so she'll have 1 more. We've got a substitution here. It's Arissa Frazier returns to the game, and Rangel will go sit down. Isabella Garrett will get 1 more free throw here. 3 minutes remaining in the first. Eunice trails 4-0.
And she misses that one, too. So we got 3 minutes gone in the game, and the Cardinals have yet to score. 5 minutes gone in the game. And they bring it back down, that little lead pass, and they break through the Cardinals defense. 6-0 here. Caballero brings the ball down court. She tied up there a little bit. Now she's across the timeline, breaks the press. She goes over to Frazier. Frazier comes inside to Garrett. Garrett goes over to Hobbs. Hobbs feeds Frazier, and the ball is knocked out of bounds, so it's going to stay with the Cardinals.
Yeah, Frazier went up with that one. They were able to get a little body on her and some hand on the ball. It goes out of bounds. Fortunately for Eunice, it's still Eunice ball.
All right, comes over to Frazier. Frazier looks to drive in, and her shot is blocked, and Zamora gets the rebound.
Yeah.
But it looks like she may have been fouled.
Yeah, Didi Zamora will go to the free throw line. I believe this will be her first trip to the free throw line in the varsity uniform for the year, and so
that's the 5th foul on.
She misses the first one. She'll get 1 more. 2:26 remaining here in the first quarter. We'll also have Rangel coming into the game. Isabella Garrett will go take a seat. Zamora will be shooting the next free throw here.
And she misses that, and the rebound goes over to Dexter. So 2.5 minutes left here in the game, and the Cardinals are yet to score.
They're struggling to put the ball in the hoop.
They're struggling to get the ball down to get a shot in the hoop. And here's that number 3, and she's going. Then we get the. And unfortunately, there we had Frazier and Hobbs going for the same ball, and as it turned out, they ended up getting tied up, and so it's going to go over to Dexter.
Yeah, Frazier and Hobbs were in a wrestling match for that ball. It would have been an over-the-back call if it had been the other team.
Well, it just results in another turnover, unfortunately. They get the rebound and turn it over as a result. Well, I thought she had a little pick the ball up there, but there the rebound is off to Rangel, and she's going to break it. And she drives down and gets our first points of the day on that breakaway.
Denise Rangel with a nice rebound and drive there. Makes it 2-6 in favor of Dexter.
All right. Going out to Stories. And okay.
They're going to call 3 seconds in the lane on Dexter. Coach Gaetan was on that ref over there for about 5 seconds about it, and finally they gave him a 3-second call.
All right, Caballero brings the ball in. They're not pressing as hard as they were, so Caballero all the way down. She's looking to drive out. She goes over to Frazier. Frazier's shot is up and no good, and the rebound is off to Rangel. Rangel goes up, no good, and the rebound goes over to Story. She gets a breakaway there, down to Stewart. Stewart's shot is up and no good, and Caballero gets the rebound. And so Caballero has the ball knocked away by Cobos. Cobos is a pretty good young player there, and she's a junior at number 3. We've seen her all over the place.
Mm-hmm. Got some speed on the floor anyway. 1 minute, 9 seconds remaining here in the first. Eunice trails 2-6. Eunice with the ball.
All right, Caballero at top of the key. Looking to drive down. She goes to Zamora. Zamora goes into Hobbs, and Hobbs puts it up and in. Nice pass and feed there.
Yeah, that was a nice pass, nice finish. All around good play right there from these Lady Cardinals. 45 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. Dexter with the ball. Eunice trails 4-6.
Cobos goes over to Story. They're trying to get Story to Joach, and he throws the ring, and Rangel gets the ball again, and she has the ball knocked away from her, and that ball is going to stay with the Cardinals, fortunately, because I thought Rangel touched it after it was knocked away, but
it's good hustle there by Rangel. I mean, She got that steal and was gone with it, and good job there by her. You're going to have Arissa Frazier throwing the ball in here on the baseline.
And Hobbs sets out, and Isabella Garrett's back in the game.
31 seconds remaining here in the quarter. Eunice will throw the ball in at the baseline.
All right, over to some more to Garrett, and Garrett's shot is up and no good, and the rebound goes off to Dexter. 20 seconds left here in the quarter. They can bring down court. Spots up to Stewart. Stewart's shot is no good, and Didi Samora gets the rebound. So she's been making some dents while she's been down there. Caballero drives down, and unfortunately she dribbles the ball off of her leg or toe there. I'm not sure which, but it goes back over to Dexter.
Yeah, so 8 seconds remaining here in the quarter.
And, well,
Dexter throws that ball away. Yeah, so Eunice will get the ball. 5 seconds remaining. We trail by 2. Let's see if we can get something on the run here in this last 5 seconds. We might could get a shot off. Oh.
Well, they had the right idea there, but they get the shot off, and it is no good. As Frazier had the right idea, but the ball went back off, and that's so 6-4. I think that's the lowest scoring game we've had so far this season for either team.
Yeah, I mean, but ultimately that's a pretty good quarter. I mean, I know that we didn't get the ball to go in the hoop what we'd like to, but we trailed by 2 to an undefeated team here in the class above us. And once, we talked about their strength of schedule before, but Eunice is in this ball game and giving themselves a chance, and that's all you can ask for here today, I believe. So, ultimately a pretty good outcome for the Cardinals here, is especially as much as we struggle to get the ball to go in the hoop, to only be down 2 here to start the second quarter. I think we've got to be happy with that. I think we need to make some adjustments in our full court press offense, or press breaker as most people call it. Make a few adjustments there, and then and
we got to make some free throws, because we're 0 for 4 from the line, and we had that same problem on Tuesday night.
And in transition, we're getting the ball into the paint in transition after steals, rebounds, that sort of thing. We're just not finishing because we're getting down there and bobbling the ball, throwing it out of bounds, whatever. I think we've got to maybe jump stop and finish, do something to get up a decent shot on those transition run-outs. And so here we go. 8 minutes set on the clock. We're getting ready to start the second quarter. Eunice will have the ball at the midline. They throw it into Rangel. She'll be playing the point guard here to start the second quarter.
Yeah, and Kiki Parker's in the game now. Rangel comes over to Caballero, back to Rangel. And goes to Frazier, and Rangel throws another one away, and they bring it down and off. Rebound goes up to Story. Her shot is up and no good, and this time Hobbs comes away with a rebound, but it is knocked away.
Yeah, Dexter had 2 good-looking shots right there, missed them both, and Hobbs fights for it, ends up getting it knocked out of bounds, and so Eunice will have the ball. 7:40 remaining in the half. Eunice trails 6-4.
One thing we love about Hobbs is she's in there for those rebounds.
Yeah, she's going to battle for sure.
And for a change, she's not, being towered over. And Frazier gets the ball. She's going to drive down. Her shot is no good off the key, and she gets her own rebound. Goes off to Garrett, and Garrett's shot is partially blocked. And here comes the Dexter. A three-pointer there by Torres, and she makes it.
Yeah, that makes
first three-point attempt of the game for either team.
That makes it 4-9. Eunice trails by 5. 7 minutes remaining in the half.
All right. Well, that was a little takedown there. All right, Frazier's out there, a two-pointer. Her shot is no good, and the rebound is off to Story for Dexter. Bring it on down, and it's up there by Stewart. Her shot is no good. Rebound is by Parker. Parker got to Hobbs. Hobbs looks to drive down all the way, and her shot is no good, and rebound goes off to Dexter. And great play there by Caballero. Another heads up is to knock the ball away and knock it out of bounds to prevent that easy layup.
Yeah, great hustle there by Kendra Caballero. She really ran her little legs off and was able to deflect that ball out of bounds.
And we got another one there, and not sure that's going to go over to White. So another one where they intercepted the pass, knocked it out of bounds, but this time they must have touched it afterwards.
6:26 remaining here in the half. Eunice trails 4-9. Kendra Caballero brings the ball across the midline for the Lady Cardinals.
And we have, well, that one entered a jump ball there as we had another pass intercepted there. And
They called a jump ball, so kind of a strange call there once again. We've seen a number of those this year, but that ball will go to the Lady Demons, and 6:15 remaining here in the half, 4-9.
Right. 2 minutes gone in the quarter, and we've had one 3-point play, and that is all the scoring in this quarter. Like the first one, we had 2 minutes gone, and then we had a 2-0 score, so. Go inside, a nice feed there. She misses the shot. She gets her own rebound and misses a shot again. And we've got another situation there where Hobbs and Frazier were battling each other. And, okay, well, we got a lucky call there on that one on Rangel. So another jump ball, and it stays with us.
Yeah, 5:40 remaining here in the half, 4-9. Eunice trails. The ball over here at the old 28-foot mark on the side.
All right, Garrett back in the game. Frazier sets down. Goes across Caballero. Caballero's going to drive the baseline. Her little runner is no good. And the ball is going to be knocked out of bounds by Hobbs.
Yeah, so that'll give the ball back to Dexter. Under the Lady Cardinals basket, they'll be taking it the full length of the court. Here they come across midcourt. 5:20 remaining in the half.
Cabos pulls up for a three-pointer. It's no good, and the rebound is tied up as we have Caballero and Story.
And that should be Eunice ball because Dexter got the last jump ball,
Yep.
I thought. Well, maybe not. 5:19 remaining here in the half. Dexter's ball on the baseline.
Well, I guess the last one was Rangel's got tied up, so all right.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
All right, feed off to Story. Caballero gets it on it, then she's tied up underneath, and this time it will go over to us as Story gets tied up.
A lot of jump balls, tie balls. 5:15 remaining in the half. 4-9. Eunice will throw the ball in and dribble it the length of the court. Rangel brings it across the timeline.
And again, Cardinals have only had one shot on goal in this quarter, and
Called Garrett for the
Garrett
travel
walked
there.
the whole top, walked down the whole key there.
That looked like that video we saw, I think it was LeBron James last year, where he got it at half court and never took a dribble and went all the way in and shot it, and they never called a travel, but
Yeah.
here they did.
Well, it's not the NBA, and they're not LeBron. And you have a lot of those guys like that. You get those superstars, and they let them get away with a lot of stuff. Oh, nice one there, and Rangel's going to be called for the foul. I thought she had mostly ball, but not obviously.
Yeah, they called Denise Rangel for the foul. That makes 2 on her, so she'll have 2 fouls. Eunice now has 5 total. Dexter with 3. 4-9 in favor of the Lady Demons. They'll go to the line with 4:45 remaining in the half. She misses the first one. She'll get one more. Eunice is going to make a substitution here. Arissa Frazier comes into the game, and
Neither team has made a free throw yet.
Well,
and then we have our. I said it.
You did the.
Why didn't you smack me before I
You
said
did the
that?
announcer jinx there, and you gave Dexter the free throw. That makes it 10-4 in favor of Dexter. Eunice with the ball.
Both teams were, at that point, they were 0 for 7 in free throws. And we turned the ball over again. Story's bringing it down. She drives in. Her shot is up and no good, and she just kind of threw that one up, and she didn't have much of a chance.
Yeah.
But as it works out, it's a turnover for us, so we'll take that.
Yeah, so Eunice will have the ball. Rangel bringing it up the floor. 4:20 remaining in the half. 4-10. Eunice trails.
I'll say one thing. This is a quick half.
Yeah, it is going fairly quick.
All right, Rangel, she goes over to Kiki Parker. Parker tries to go down. Her shot is up and no good. And looks like Parker may get called for a foul.
Yeah,
or is that going to be on Garrett? I think that's going to be on. No, they called that on Kiki.
Parker, yeah.
On the rebound.
Yeah, so Rangel will have a seat. Kendra Caballero will come back in. 4:09 remaining here in the half. 4-10. Eunice trails. Dexter with the ball brings it across half court.
All right. Coas brings it down. She goes over to Story. Story comes out to Torres. Torres' three-pointer is up and no good. Rebound goes off to, and they miss the shot, but it looks like that's going to be Isabel Garrett's going to knock the ball out of bounds. So still 10-4, 3:50 left in the half. All right, Caballero's Story's going to go out there to Stewart. Stewart's on top of the key, being guarded by Parker. Double up. There's Story. Story's looking like she wants to pull up for the three. Doesn't do it. She drives the baseline. She pitches it out to Stewart. Stewart pulls up and short. Nothing. And the rebound is off to Hobbs. And a breakaway there for Frazier as Frazier goes down. And, Frazier had the ball knocked away from her beforehand. But after that, she was taken out by, I think that was number 5 on their team, Torres.
Yeah, that was definitely a foul. In fact, in my opinion, a very dangerous play. But at the same time, I mean, I don't think they did anything flagrant there, but at the same time, it's a very dangerous foul because Frazier was in the air as they took her out. And so,
well, we saw that one on Tuesday night with that young lady's head up against that cushion pad, and she was down for a long time.
Yeah, now the officials are arguing as to whether or not they were shooting or not, which I don't think it matters. They've already got 6 fouls, so one way or the other, we got to be shooting here. Whether we're shooting 1 and 1 or shooting 2, we got to be shooting.
Shooting 2.
All right, so 3:25 remaining in the half. Frazier steps to the line, misses the first one. She'll have one more. Eunice trails 4-10, 4-10. 3:25 remaining. She's got the ball in her hand for shot number 2, and it is up and good.
And that is the first free throw by the Cardinals. They are 1 for 6 now. All right. Cabos brings it down. She pulls it for a three-pointer. Her three-pointer is no good, and the rebound is off the Story. Another three-pointer over there by Torres. Hers is no good. And Caballero comes out and has the ball down to Hobbs. Hobbs comes down, and Hobbs' shot is up and in.
Yeah, so Faith Hobbs with a nice finish there. Great pass there by Caballero.
Yep. Okay, well, there was some there. She got tried it out. Then Kiki Parker comes away with the ball. She gets out to Caballero. Caballero breakaway. She pulls up and shoots. It's no good. And the rebound off to Dexter. And so Parker's going to pick up another foul there. And I almost say that she kind of should have fouled there to prevent that easy shot. So it's one of those better to force them to the line, especially when nobody's hitting them.
Yeah. Yeah, so 7-10. Eunice is clawing back into this game. Dexter going to go to the free throw line. 2:41 remaining here in the half. Dexter steps to the line, takes a couple dribbles, spins it up, and it is good. Makes it 7-11 in favor of Dexter. She'll have one more. We're going to have a substitution here. Parker's going to go to the bench. Rangel comes back in for the Lady Cardinals.
Boy, this is a game where having Martinez out here would make a big difference. But
yeah, this is her kind of game for sure.
All right, so the rebound stays with when she pulls it up and nobody's there, and off to the Frazier gets the rebound and is wide open. She's looking like she's going to go down there all the way, and the ball is stolen from behind. Frazier gets the ball back, and she's going to be fouled.
That'll send her to the line now. She'll get a 1-and-1 here.
Yeah, that's on Kobos. I think that may be hers. No, they're saying that's her first.
So it's 7-11. I need a Slurpee or a big gulp, but 2:28 remaining. The score is 7-11. Eunice will go to the line. Frazier will get to shoot a couple here, or for sure one.
Do they have 7-Elevens in Mexico?
I don't know, but when
All
I was a kid growing up, they had them because I liked a big gulp or a Slurpee. But so it's 8-11. She makes the first one. She'll get another here. Takes a little spin, a few dribbles, and it is up and good.
There's both of them. So
big shots there.
3 for 4 from the line for Frazier. Can we get her to shoot all of ours for us now?
Yeah, we might have to.
All right, we're only down by 2 here.
Yeah, 9-11. I liked 7-11, but I didn't like us trailing only because I could think of a big gulp. But 2:20 remaining in the half. Dexter has the ball.
All right, Kobus comes out to Stewart. Stewart's looking like she wants to drive the lane, and block cut off there by Frazier. She gets it out to, that was Stewart, and the ball is knocked out of bounds. Caballeros.
That'll send Caballero to the line to shoot 1-and-1.
And that's the 8th team foul on Dexter.
Yeah,
So Caballero could tie this ball game up.
Yeah, these fouls in that bonus situation are huge right now for these Lady Cardinals because they, fortunately for us, they knocked a couple down there. If they could knock a couple here, it's a new ball game as we get close to halftime. Yeah,
and
she
Caballero
knocks down
makes
the first
one.
Yeah, so that makes it 10-11. 10-11. Dexter still leads. Caballero with a couple dribbles, and the shot is up, and it rattles out. So 10-11, 2 minutes remaining here in the first half.
All right. Story brings the ball down court. She shows it over to Stewart. Stewart follows up and good there, and then Torres. So 13.
Yep, 10-13.
All right. Caballero at the top of the key. She's tied up there looking for Hap. She comes over to Frazier. Frazier drives, that's Hobbs. Hobbs drives the baseline and gets a shot up and in. Down by 1 again. Parker almost intercepted that pass that was meant for Hobbs there.
Yeah, it's 12-13, 1:30 remaining in the half.
All right. Collins the top of the key. She goes out to Stewart. Stewart falls down. Oh, okay, she slid across the ground. How is that not traveling?
She kept her dribble, and as long as you keep your dribble, it's not a travel. So I have to agree with the officials on that one. She kept the ball in bounce until she came to a stop, and then she passed it off. 1:16 remaining here, and a turnover on the Demons. Eunice will get the ball back.
All right, so Caballero's in full court press as she breaks the press and gets it across the timeline. She comes out, and all right, they're going to say that was knocked out of bounds by Dexter. 1:07 left here in the half, and the Cardinals trail by 1. Well, we said they needed a quality win, and this could be it. But still halftime. Rangel drives up. She pulls up, jump for the top of the key. Her ball is in. Hobbs gets that rebound and goes up for the shot. She's blocked, and so Hobbs is going to go back to the line.
Yeah, when Rangel shot that ball, one of the Demons had deflected it. All the other Demons turned around and were looking up at the hoop. Well, the ball never went there. Faith Hobbs was paying attention. She grabbed that rebound and got the putback as they fouled her.
And she makes that.
That's a big free throw there. That ties the ball game. That's the first time this game's been tied since 0-0. So Eunice with a chance here to take the lead before halftime.
And she makes that. So she is now 5 of 6 from the free throw line.
It's 14-13. Eunice leads here with a minute to go in the half.
All right, Torres is going to bring the ball down court for Dexter. All right, out to Story. Story is going to go over to Cruz. And looks like Hobbs is going to be called for a foul. Yep. Well, that's actually
it's only one on Hobbs, so it's hard to complain about it. I mean,
Yeah, considering, and the ball's knocked away there, they get it back. And the little jumper is no good, and Hobbs goes off to Garrett. Garrett throws off to Frazier. Frazier's looking down. She goes to Rangel. Rangel's open, drives the baseline, and up and in. Now extends the lead to 16-13.
Yeah, it's big for the Lady Cardinals here.
Pull-up jumper there by Story, nothing, and the rebound goes to Hobbs. She gets down Rangel again. Rangel could lose ball. Rangel pulls up, and her shot is in again.
Yeah, that's huge. That's a nice pass there by Caballero and a nice finish there by Rangel.
And three-pointer up there by Story, and it is no good. And so after trailing the entire game, the Cardinals go on a huge run here just before halftime and take an 18-13 lead here for halftime. Let's hear from the people that make this broadcast possible.
Cardinal Hardware is your complete lumber yard with reasonable prices and outstanding service. When you need hardware or lumber, think of Cardinal Hardware. When you need great accommodations that feel like home, think of Oil Patch Motel in Eunice. Cardinal Hardware and Oil Patch Motel in Eunice, another proud sponsor of all Lee County sports and academics.
Eunice has a friendly small-town atmosphere, great schools and churches, and a low cost of living. The entire community is very involved with all levels of sports and academics. The Eunice Department of Motor Vehicles' new office hours are Monday through Thursday, 7:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m., and Friday, 7:30 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. No testing on Friday. Eunice, a friendly small town with a wonderful community and amenities. The Eunice Clinic is proud to support the Eunice Cardinals. Go Cardinals! You're the pride of Eunice. The Eunice Health Clinic offers many of the same basic services that many local physicians provide. They specialize in sick care for all ages, women's exams, physicals, health education, lab tests, and diagnostic studies. They're proud supporters of athletic and academic events. The Eunice Health Clinic is proud to back the Cardinals. Go Cards!
Eunice Public Schools is proud of their Eunice Cardinals, the Eunice community, and the staff of Eunice Schools. Eunice Public Schools has anchored itself as an integral part of the Eunice community and takes school safety very seriously. Eunice Schools have continually provided a quality education for the students of Eunice through good times and bad. The Eunice School District appreciates the Eunice community, and they're proud of their Eunice Cardinals. Eunice is on the move. Are you ready?
Eunice Pump and Supply has been around for over 30 years and is excited to continue their services to the community. They take pride in their employees and their hard work and dedication, and most importantly, take pride in the youth of Lee County. Eunice Pump and Supply is a proud supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics. Eunice Pump and Supply, 1310 Avenue O in Eunice, another proud supporter of Lee County athletics. Parker Energy, family owned and operated since 2006. Their team is known for their hard work and dedication, big enough to meet your needs for transport, pump trucks, vacuum trucks, and disposal services. Parker Energy and their staff are huge supporters of all Lee County sports and academics. They encourage their young adults to go the extra mile, whether it's sports, grades, or just being a better you. Parker Energy Support Services, 2350 Avenue O, a proud supporter of Lee County athletics.
Are you looking for a reliable and trustworthy auto shop? Check out Zia Auto Shop in Eunice. Zia Auto Shop specializes in lube and tires and accessories. They accept fleet company maintenance cards and do washing and detailing. Next time you need a dependable tire or lube service for your vehicle, Zia Auto Shop has you covered. All the services you need, call 394-0298 for all your lube, tire, and accessories. That's 394-0298. Zia Auto Shop, 1800 Main Street in Eunice, proud supporters of the Eunice Cardinals and Lady Cardinals.
Well, welcome back to the Cardinals gym. As boy, what a late run is, because with 4 minutes and 15 seconds left, the Cardinals were down 10-4.
Yeah, and then they went on a run. Now they're up 18-13 here at the half, and we were able to turn a bunch of fast breaks, a bunch of rebounds, and we talked about that during the break. It's there's not a huge size differential between the Lady Cardinals and the Lady Demons, and so Eunice has been able to get some good rebounds, which have then turned into fast breaks out the other way that we're not used to seeing. And fortunately for the Cardinals, they're late in that quarter. Late in that half, we were able to turn a bunch of those into points, either from the free throw line or through finishes at the rim. And so it's big.
And we scored 6 points in the last 45 seconds.
Yeah. I mean, that's big for the Lady Cardinals. Saw some good things there from several players. And, Rangel with a couple of stops in traffic and finishes. Hobbs with a couple of runouts there where she got fouled and was able to get to the line. I think Frazier and Caballero both some transition runouts where they got fouled and got to the line and were able to convert at least one or two of the free throws that they shot. And so on the flip side of that, Dexter has not been able to knock anything down much from the free throw line, so they've really struggled there from the line.
Yeah, Dexter is 1 of 6 for the line for 17%, and the Cardinals, after starting 0-6 from the line, ended up 5-12, and great, Caballero and Frazier Hobbs right there at the end, converting those, so that made a huge difference in the game. But, rebounding, I mean, that is the fact that we are not getting shut out of the boards. We're getting second shots, and we're getting defensive rebounds. And you said those last ones were all off of defensive rebounds turned into fast breaks.
Yeah, I mean, that's huge for us. And, like I said, we've talked about it since the beginning of the year. We're not very big. And so in a game like this where Dexter's not very big either, it's a huge difference when you've got a team that's closer to your size, and that's what's happening right now. Is we've always had scrappy kids. I mean, you've got like Hobbs that'll get in there and scrap with anybody.
Yep.
I don't think anybody told her that she's only 5'2" or whatever she is. She thinks she's 6'2", and so she gets in there and battles, but a lot of times she's just out-armed, I guess, when somebody's arms are 6 foot long and they're sticking them up and hers are 5 foot, she's just coming up a little short. But today, she's comparable in size to these folks, and she's in there battling as well as some of the other young ladies.
Well, we're seeing Garrett now with some Garrett's who's our player out there, and us actually posting her up is actually working for a change.
Yeah,
because she's the girl standing next to her, the girls standing next to her are not 6 inches taller than her.
Right, not above her, looking down on her like the Statue of Liberty. And so it's been a it's been a good half for the Lady Cardinals. And we talked about it before the game. This Dexter Demon team, this Lady Demon team is, I'm not trying to take anything away from them. I'm just trying to be honest. Their strength of schedule, if you look at it on Max Preps, is extremely low.
Yeah.
And so they just haven't played a lot of quality basketball teams this year. And so, yes, they're 5-0, 7-0, whatever it is that they are. They're something to know. And but they haven't played anybody.
Right. Yeah, they're 7-0 and 3-0 in their league.
Yeah.
So with just a couple of games left, they still have this is the non-league game, so there's still a high probability they're going to go to the playoffs.
Oh yeah,
and that's going to be one of those things about And it's one of those things where you talk about a team that's undefeated, but they're coming from a weak conference,
right?
But they're still getting in, and with only the 8 teams going, that's kind of unfair to some other teams out there.
It's just it's the way it works sometimes. I don't know how many times in football you look down here at our conference, and through the years, and Eunice and a couple of the other teams will be comparable. Eunice will get in; those other teams don't. And the reality of the matter is, a lot of times those teams are better than the teams we end up playing in the playoffs. But it's just because of the way it's set up. And so, this year with basketball, I think the fact that Tatum moved down a class, or I'm sorry, up a class into our classification, if it wasn't for Tatum moving up, because last year they were down with Melrose and all that group, if it wasn't for them moving up, we'd all be in the hunt for a state playoff berth right now. We're still kind of in the hunt, but we need a lot of help to get there. But
and we're done with Tatum, so we have nothing, in the volleyball that helped us, because right there at the end is we split there with Hagerman and won that last game, which is definitely what got us into the playoffs.
Absolutely, yeah, for sure. So we've got under 2 minutes to go here in the half, or here in the halftime. Eunice stayed in the locker room for quite a while. They've now come out, and they seem to be content with sitting over there taking it easy and talking about their game plan. Dexter went to the locker room. I don't think they were back there a full minute, and their coach come out. The girls were walking across the court, and he started clapping and hollering and telling them they better pep it up and get after it, and started clapping and hollering behind them, and they've been out shooting ever since. So I don't think he was happy with their overall effort. One of the things that I noticed in that first quarter, Dexter came out and really put the man-to-man full court run and jump pressure on us. And I don't know if they got tired or what, but that pressure seemed to be lacking by the time we got to the second quarter. They're still lined up in the exact same defensive scheme. They're just not running with us like they were. Now, as they're trying to put that full court pressure, it's resulting in us shooting easier shots on the other end. And so they seem to be struggling to keep that or maintain that full court press. And if you think about it, we talked about that at the beginning of the year. I think that's our strong point, is speed and quickness. And so when you've got a team that's our size, they're trying to pressure us. We're able to outrun them down the floor, or at least run with them down the floor and end up in good situations for us. So it looks like they're going to stop the clock here with over 30 seconds remaining and go ahead and clear it, reset it, and get things started here. Eunice has already got their 5 standing out here on the floor ready to go. Dexter sending their group over. It's 18-13. Eunice in control right now. We'll see if this remains. It would be a huge win for the Lady Cardinals against the undefeated Dexter Lady Demons.
Well, you know who came in there and made a difference in that first half was Dee Dee Samora. Boy, we saw some great plays out of that young lady.
Yeah, I thought she had a really good half.
And I think kind of when she got in there, it kind of turned things around for us.
She's always been an energy kid. I mean, she's another one of those kind of like Martinez that plays with a lot of effort.
All right. Stewart drives the baseline. She's tied out. She's able to get it back out to Kobos. Kobos comes over to Stewart around the other side. Stewart is now up against, and she pulls up for a two-pointer. It's no good. And the rebound that's going to be off to Duran, but Duran is going to be fouled by Hobbs.
Yeah, so that'll send Dexter to the free throw line. You know, we talked about size. This young lady right here, number 15, she's not small. She's a little bigger probably than Isabella Garrett, but definitely taller than Hobbs. And Hobbs was in there trying to battle. Fortunately for the Cardinals, she misses that first free throw. She'll have one more. 7:28 remaining in the third. Eunice up 18-13.
Yeah, they're 1 for 7. I shouldn't have said that. She makes it.
Yeah.
That's the second time I've done that, and they've scored both times after that. So we're not going to say that again the rest of the game.
Yeah.
All right, so they got full court gift down to Hobbs. Hobbs coming across there. She looks like she's going to drive down. The ball is knocked away from her by Kobos. Kobos is quick down there. The young lady gets around the court.
Yeah, she looks like a track athlete for sure.
Yep.
She's a runner.
All right, she gets into Frazier. Frazier goes into Garrett. Garrett's running. She goes back out, and Garrett throws it up, and Garrett's going to foul her. So that's going to be the second foul on Isabel Garrett.
So Garrett turned it over, and then she reached out and grabbed the player from Dexter, fouled her. So 7:11 remaining here in the third, 18-14 in favor of Eunice.
Two quick fouls on the Cardinals to start this. A three-pointer up there, no good. And the rebound, well, we got a battle there between Caballero and Stores. Not quite sure who. Caballero, I think, stored it, but Stewart hit her. So, but
yeah, that'll be Cardinal ball.
Yeah. And they got tied up, and the ball turns over.
May have been the fastest 5 seconds in history right there.
Yep. They get in, and Hobbs is down there, and then rebound. And on the floor there, the play's still going on, and Hobbs is helping the girl up off the floor.
Yeah. Yeah, that would have been a run-out play for the Cardinals, but instead we're checking to see if anybody needs us to give them a hand or some tissue or something instead of getting the dang ball. Fortunately for us, it ended up in favor of the Cardinals anyway.
So Frazier gets down there, and that ball is going to be knocked away from her as they try to go full court on the inbound pass. And Stewart gets down there and knocks it away.
6:50 remaining here in the third. Eunice ball on the baseline.
Yeah, I think Frazier was kind of disappointed that she knocked the girl down, but then stops in the middle of the play still going on. All right, across to Caballeros. Caballeros looks like she's going to drive the baseline. She's going to go up, and her shot is up and good. And we're starting to see those baseline runners actually work tonight.
Yeah, it's 20-14 in favor of Eunice. 6:30 remaining here in the quarter.
All right, well, this is more points we've had scored this early in the quarter yet this game.
Yeah.
We got 3 points. All right, Story pulls up there for a three-pointer, and her shot is up no good. Rangel's got the rebound, and she doubled up. They need to come back and help her. She gets it off to Frazier. Frazier goes down. She goes over to Garrett. Garrett looks come down, and Garrett is tied up again by that Kobos. That girl gets down the court.
Yeah, she's pretty quick. It's 20-14 here in the third quarter. 6 minutes remain in this quarter. Dexter will have the ball the length of the court, bringing it toward the midline.
All right, Story's bringing the ball down court. She comes inbound, a little back and forth there, and that was a nice feed pass there between Story and Kobos.
Makes it 20-16, 5:45 remaining in the third.
All right. Garrett Rangel at the top of the key, comes over to Caballeros. Caballeros is looking to drive that baseline again. She's pulled up, her shot is blocked, and she gets her own rebound. Then she goes out for the three-pointer. It's no good, and the rebound goes off to Story. All right. Got Duran bringing the ball down court. Torres goes over to Story. To Kobos. Kobos' shot is no good, and the rebound is to Hobbs, and she's got Frazier, and she's tied up there. So a jump ball, and it's going to stay. Oh no, it is going to be Cardinal ball.
Yeah, so Garrett will have a seat. Kiki Parker comes in. 5:05 remaining in the third. Eunice leads 20-16.
All right, so they're back to that full court press, and then we got another turnover there off the press as Story pulls up, and her shot is no good. And the rebound is Caballeros pulls it away. She's got a lead pass down there to Frazier, and Frazier's shot is good.
That was a nice finish there by Frazier. Nice pass out by Caballero.
Yeah, Cabo should have slowed down there just a little bit and could have had her tied up, but didn't, and we get the conversion. So got to love that. And Story's shot as she tries to throw it up through the bottom of the net. I don't think that counts that way, does it?
No.
And Caballeros goes down and has the ball knocked away. And this time Caballero trying to get it back. Fouls Kobos. So Caballero's going to get called on the foul there.
Not sure what was happening there. It sounded like we had the coaches arguing. I had a coach from both sides standing near half-court hollering something, and it looked like they were hollering at each other, but very entertaining. Some WWE MMA stuff looked like it was going on there for a second, but with 4:25 remaining here in the third, Eunice leads 22-16. Whatever happened there, I'm not sure, but Dexter will get the ball. They'll have it at midcourt.
Well, no fouls, so they must have called it a jump ball or off on the Cardinals. I'm not sure what happened there. You're right. We'll have to go back and review the video.
Yeah.
All right, Story's out there looking to drive in. She pulls up her three-pointer, no good. Her toe was on the line anyway. She goes over to Kobos. Kobos' shot is no good, and Rangel has the rebound. It's off her toe, and so it goes back in. And Caballeros ties it up, and this time Story gets a rebound and goes up and in. 22-18 in favor of the Cardinals. Caballeros wants to drive that baseline and goes out of, and the ball's turned over, and we got two Cardinals inbound, and Kiki Parker steals it back. But Story steals it back from Parker. And, boy, that should have been a nice double dribble. It wasn't, so the shot is up and no good. Stays with Torres. Torres' three-pointer is no good. And we're going to have a jump ball underneath as Caballeros ties them up. And so the ball will stay with Dexter as they trail 22-18.
Eunice is going to take a timeout here with 3:25 remaining in the third quarter. Eunice leads 22-18. Timeout on the floor. It's a full timeout for the Cardinals.
I think it's only the second timeout they've called the whole game.
Yeah, I think you're probably right. I'm trying to tighten up this for you folks at home. This setup is just not the greatest for twisting a camera back and forth because it gets loose after a while, and when it does, it's hard to keep it pointed in the right direction. So I'm trying to tighten this up.
All right, so we've still got the lead. So we take the lead at halftime, and the Cardinals have scored 4 points in this quarter and 5 points for Dexter. So it's a 5-4 points exchange for the third quarter. Not exactly NBA-style Showtime scoring going on here.
Yeah, let me see if I can.
Yeah, you may have to take that base off and tighten it up without the base on it. All right, we're ready to get started here, and Rangel is on the thing down, so Kiki Parker, Rangel's in there. Isabella Garrett's not out there. Okay.
All right, so Dexter will have the ball on the baseline. 3:25 remaining in the third. 22-18. Dexter has the ball ready to throw it
in. Brings it into Story. Story's being guarded by Caballeros. Over to Stewart. They're trying to play off of Parker there. All right, Kobos Getting double teamed, she pulls it inside, and they do play it off, and this time it's out of bounds, and Hobbs gets it, and the ball is knocked away by Torres.
3:04 remaining in the third. 22-18, Eunice's ball. They'll have to go the length of the court. Dexter's in the full court press.
Right, Cavaliers comes there, and the ball is stolen away, and that's stolen away by Kobos. So that speed of hers, three-pointer out there by Stewart, and it's no good, and the rebound goes over to the Dexter. All right, Duran at the top of the court. They're trying to bring in a Story. Story's being guarded by Caballero. She turns over Caballero. That was one of those height mismatches there that they took advantage of.
They told them to give it in here. Cleared everybody else out.
Rangel brings it across now. Caballero. Rangel looks like she's going to drive down. She's going to pull up and shoot, and she is fouled.
2:25 remaining here in the third. Eunice up 22-20 in what has turned into a barn burner. Denise Rangel will go to the line to shoot a couple. She dribbles, spins it, shoots it up, and it clinks out the rim. No good. She'll get another one.
There's 2 fouls now there on their number 5 court. That's their first foul of this half, though.
They're buzzing the horn here. So they're going to let Garrett come in. They're going to rotate Frazier to the bench.
All right, here's Rangel's second shot, and she misses that one, and the rebound goes off to Dexter, and you got Kobos running down court. She gets into her Stewart, and a nice lead pass there, and this ball game is tied up. So Caballero goes length of court and down on the ground, and so now we've got Frazier and Hobbs, and the ball goes out, and they got a lead pass out here to Stewart, and Stewart's by Rangel. Stewart comes up, her shot is no good. Caballero gets the rebound, and off to Rangel. And Rangel doesn't pay attention, and Garrett gets tied up there as Rangel's got her head down, and Hobbs was standing there wide open with nobody within 10 feet of her.
Well, we had Hobbs on this side. We had Parker on the backside, so we had 2 down here.
And Rangel was too focused on her head down dribbling.
Yep. Well, yeah, it's a 22-22, 1:40 remaining here in the third.
All right. So steps in there. Torres looks to drive in. Her shot's blocked in that. She goes underneath, and the rebound is off to Hobbs. Hobbs feeds Rangel, who's got Parker out in front. Rangel goes over to Parker. Parker's shot is up and in. Nice heads-up play that time on Rangel as Parker's standing there all by herself.
Nice finish there, too, by Parker.
All right. Kobus is down there. She's going to get tied up by Caballero. And so the ball is going to go back over to the Cardinals.
Yeah,
So
it's
it
great
ends up being a
heads-up
turnover.
play there by Caballero. Way to reach in there and tie it up. Eunice leads 22-24, 1:08 remaining here in the third.
And Caballero and Kobos, boy, those two both got some speed there, and that time took advantage. Nice little feed pass there to Hobbs, and Hobbs couldn't hang on to it, and it goes out of bounds.
That's a nice pass to Hobbs, and Hobbs just, I'm not sure, she jumped like she was going to shoot it, and then she decided to pass it, and I'm not sure which one of the two that was, but fortunately or unfortunately it went out of bounds. So 52 seconds remaining here in the third. Eunice up by 2, Dexter ball.
Story brings it down. She's over just to Torres. Torres drives to drive the line. Is no good. She goes to Stewart. Story's shot is no good. And the ball comes back in that time. That is Stewart with the rebound, and she scores, and we had a tie ball game. And Caballeros brings the ball down court and knocked out of bounds, and the Gatan is very upset. He's thinking that Caballero is being fouled there.
Yeah, she's chasing her down the sideline, bodying her, and he's not liking it.
Yep.
28 seconds remain here in the quarter. It's a tie ball game.
Rangel top of the key. Rangel pulls up, 2-pointer is no good, and the rebound is off to Rangel again, who's almost knocked over by Caballeros. Rangel goes up this time and makes the shot, so she gets the rebound and puts it in. 26-24, 8 seconds left in the quarter. Story tries to drive in. The shot is no good, and the ball is knocked away. Rangel needs to throw it up, and not going to make it.
So that makes it 26-24. Eunice leads by 2 here at the end of the third quarter. So we will have a fourth quarter that's set up to be a barn burner here today.
Yeah, this is probably since the Jol game the most exciting game we've had.
Yeah, for sure. This is it's been a fun game to be a part of here. 26-24.
Sorry.
Oh, that's all right. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, I didn't want to cut you off there. I was going to go to more sponsors here for a second. Sorry.
All right, go ahead.
Sorry about that,
That's
sir.
okay.
Cardinal Hardware is your complete lumber yard with reasonable prices and outstanding service. When you need hardware or lumber, think of Cardinal Hardware. When you need great accommodations that feel like home, think of Oil Patch Motel in Eunice. Cardinal Hardware and Oil Patch Motel in Eunice, another proud sponsor of all Lee County sports and academics.
Eunice has a friendly small-town atmosphere, great schools and churches, and a low cost of living. The entire community is very involved with all levels of sports and academics. The Eunice Department of Motor Vehicles' new office hours are Monday through Thursday, 7:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m., and Friday, 7:30 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. No testing on Friday. Eunice, a friendly small town with a one.
All right, we're back to live action here. Fourth quarter, 26-24, and boy, what an exciting ball game.
Yeah, so far it's been a good one. So Dexter will have the ball at half court. I'm not sure what we're doing. Okay, here we go. They've blown the whistle. They're throwing it in. 8 minutes to go here in this game. 26-24, Eunice with the lead. Dexter with the ball.
All right. Torres drives around Stewart there, and we're going to have a foul there, and that foul's going to be on, looks like it's going to be on Frazier.
Oh, Frazier, okay.
He's holding up 2 fingers, so I think it's
Yeah.
going to be on Frazier. And he's going to go to the line and shoot 2.
No, he called it on Rangel, and that's third on her. So Dexter will go to the line, down by 2. She rattles the first one in there. That makes it 25-26. 7:50 remaining in the game. Dexter goes to the line for one more. She misses that one, but they get the rebound. And we're going to have a jump ball here. So let's see who that ball is going to go to. It's got to go to Eunice because Dexter got the ball to start the quarter. So Eunice will have the ball. 26-25, 7:47 the airplane remaining here in this game.
All right, Rangel brings the ball to the top of the key here. Over to Frazier on the right-hand side, back to Rangel. Back to Frazier, getting into Hobbs, and Hobbs has the ball knocked away, and Frazier gets it back, and that is definitely going to be a foul there on Kobos, as she kind of grabbed Frazier from behind there.
Yeah, 26-25, 7:29 remaining in the game. Eunice ball at the sideline.
All right, so 3 of Dexter's players have 3 fouls on them. All right, so up to Rangel. And the ball is over the top there. Yes, I mean, that's going to be 4 fouls on Torres, number 5.
Yeah, you can't reach over the back and slap somebody like that. If they get possession on you on the defensive side, you've just got to let them catch that ball.
Yep.
7:19 remaining. Eunice still up by 1.
Well, Hobbs has had that position twice now.
Yes.
The first time they didn't call it, that time they did, and Rangel's shot is up and no good, and Stewart has the rebound. The chance for them to take the lead as Story's down there, and Caballeros gets in there and knocks it away. All right, here's Stewart with a 3-pointer. It's up and no good. Rebound back over. Story's got the ball, and Story's going to be fouled, and I think she's going to be fouled either by Caballeros or Rangel. And that's just going to be a possession foul.
Caballero is going to be called for that one. 26-25. Eunice still up by 1. Under 7 minutes to go. That's the second foul on Caballero, so we're still in pretty good shape there. 5 fouls against Eunice, 3 against Dexter here.
Yeah, the only one really in foul trouble this late in the game is number 5, Torres. And she's got 4.
Yeah, so that
although she's a big part of their team. So
that ball's deflected out of bounds, so it'll still be. So it's going to be Dexter ball.
Yep, so they set Torres down and brought in Cruz here to play a few minutes here at the end of the game. Story pulls up. Her shot is up and no good, and the rebound goes off to Duran. Duran goes back over to Story, and we're going to have a foul there. I think that's going to be on Parker. Nope.
Oh, no, they called a travel.
Oh, wow. Okay, I'll take it.
Yeah. Yeah, and Dexter is taking their full court press off here, so they're going to set back.
Yeah, it's kind of unusual considering the press had been effective for them in several phases of the game. So Frazier pulls up for a three-pointer. Her shot is no good, and the rebound goes off to Stewart. And Stewart's going to bring the ball down court. She's being guarded by Hobbs. Story at the top of the key. She goes over to Kiki Parker. She's trying to drive the baseline, and the ball is knocked away. It's going to stay with them, but a good defensive play there by Parker.
Yeah, it was some good help there by Kiki Parker, and way to knock that ball out. 6:18 remaining here in the game. Still, Eunice leads by 1. Ooh. Kiki she got the whoop-de-doo pulled on her right there. That's what I always called that, the whoop-de-doo. She turned her back on the baseline, and they bounced the ball off her back to themselves.
Oh, well,
it's one of the old trick plays.
Yeah. All right, so but the ball stayed with them, so and this time the ball goes in. They go into Stewart, and her shot is up, and Parker gets the rebound and off to Hobbs. So they ended up a bunch of things going on. Hobbs throws up her little jumper. Running jumper is no good, and the rebound is off to Story. Story brings the ball down court. She goes over to Kobos. Kobos puts up a three-pointer. It's no good. And the Cardinals blocked them out, so let the ball go out of bounds.
Yeah, so Isabella Garrett's going to come back into the game. 5:43 remaining. Kiki Parker got some good minutes right there. She'll go take a seat. Eunice has the ball. They're going to have to drive the length of the floor here. 5:40 remaining. They're still up by 1 late in the game.
So Ringo up top of the key. She comes over to Frazier. Frazier goes inside, tries to go inside to Hobbs, and unfortunately threw it over Hobbs' head, then out of bounds. That's a turnover for the Cardinals.
Yeah, that's a tough one there. They had her. She had position again, and I think she'd have been in good shape. She'd have caught it, but we threw it over her head. So 5:28 remaining. Eunice still up by 1. Dexter's ball at the midline.
So Frazier even thought that Hobbs was taller.
Yeah.
She plays taller, so she must be taller. All right, they're going over there to Duran. Duran's out three-pointer, comes over the top of the key to Story. Story's looking to drive it, and Story goes down, and the rebound gets it on back. I mean, we've got 3 Cardinals there, and we can't come up with the ball.
Well, Dexter will call a timeout there. I wasn't sure what happened. They called a full timeout. Yeah. So 5:05 remaining in the game. Eunice leads 26-25, and Dexter's going to call a full timeout here. So while we've got a moment, we got to thank our sponsors. I'm not sure. Our sponsors in this are Parker Energy. You know, we definitely don't thank them enough. Brett and Penny Parker, they're sitting down here. Kiki's been out there playing. We appreciate them. The City of Eunice, Eunice Public Schools, Cardinal Hardware, Eunice Pump and Supply, and, of course, the Eunice Health Clinic. And I'm probably missing somebody because Zia Auto, yes, the Whitmire family. So, you know, we sometimes we get entangled in our game and forget to mention you guys, but without you, it would not be possible. So thank you so much for what you do. 5 minutes, 5 seconds remaining here in this game. The undefeated Dexter Demons in the 3A division trail the Eunice Cardinals, who are 3-3 on the season, 26-25 here late in the fourth quarter.
And like I said, I don't think we've had, got almost 3 minutes gone in the fourth, and I don't think we have any points scored yet.
Yeah, I'm not certain. I don't remember what the score was at the end of the third, but that sounds right to me.
We certainly haven't seen many, if there were any.
Right.
There may have been a free throw that was made. That may have been the only thing, but I think that's...
So it's going to be Dexter's ball. They're going to throw it in on the baseline, which is a weird place to throw it in when the ball was over there on the side. But anyway, they're going to throw it in on the baseline.
All right, gets it into Stewart. Stewart's shot falls in, and they take their first lead in a long time, and now they're going back to the full court press. So Dexter had pulled off it for a while, and then And Frazier's got it, the ball on the ground there and tied up. Well, that was a series of mismatches and fumbles.
Yeah, so 4:46 remaining here in the game. Eunice is going to have the ball on the baseline, trailing 26-27.
And that goes into Garrett. Garrett's shot is blocked. And they've got to run away, and so they have a chance here to add to their lead. 29-26. And Caballero comes down all the way, and she's given a shot, and she comes up, and her shot is no good. And they're tying up Story. Okay, here comes Story down the court. Rangel, she's trying to tie up, and Caballeros is going to draw that foul.
Yeah, she kind of bumped her from behind, trying to cut her off. 4:19 remaining in the game. Dexter is going to the line. No, they're not. It's going to be a baseline out of bounds play for the Dexter Lady Demons. They lead 29-26.
Oh, they're saying that's on Rangel for her fourth one. Okay. All right, they bring it into Stewart. Stewart pulls up. Her shot is no good. The rebound is off to Hobbs. And Hobbs to Frazier, and the ball's knocked away. And we're going to have another jump ball there. And the Gaetan is not happy because the Cardinals keep throwing the ball away as they get it open. And that time it was Frazier that couldn't handle the pass from Hobbs. All right, Story's got the ball. She drives around. She's being guarded by Caballero. Pulls it back out to Torres. Torres' shot's no good. And Caballeros has the ball. She's going to bring it back down court there. She sends it up to Frazier. Frazier looks drive away, and Frazier loses the ball on the dribble. And we have a breakaway there by Torres. And now it's this game's getting out of hand going the other way, 31-26. So timeout there by the Cardinals.
Yeah, so Dexter, their coach and their fans are pumped up right now. 3:47 remaining here in the game. And Dexter has taken the lead 26-31 after a couple of careless turnovers led out to run out baskets by the Demons.
And the same thing that happened that we took advantage of at the end of the first half is going back to bite us the other way now.
Absolutely. Yeah, we on the offensive end, ever since they got out of their press, we went into this half-court offensive set, and we have struggled to get any good looks. We're just kind of driving like a dribble drive offense, but they're playing that what looks to me like some sort of soft zone, and anyway, we just haven't been able to get any good looks.
We haven't made a basket in quite a while now again.
Yeah. So 26-31. Eunice trails here late in the fourth against the undefeated Dexter Lady Demons. Eunice had led for the last portion of the second quarter. They led the whole third quarter, and here late in the game, Dexter has went on a run to take the lead, 26-31. After a timeout, Eunice is going to return to the floor here. Let's see what Dexter come out. They're going to come up and press, so they're going to grab their person. Looks like they're going to be in a man-to-man press. And so we've got to make sure we get a good pick set up here at the top and make good cuts, and we
All right,
don't.
Ball comes into Rangel, and it's almost taken away from her right off the top. So Rangel brings the ball around the key, and she is knocked away by Story, and it's almost another turnover there. Goes over to Caballero. Caballero dribbles around. She pulls up. Her shot is blocked and no good, and the rebound goes off to Stewart. Stewart's being guarded by Frazier, and she's going to get a call on Frazier right there.
And the Dexter faithful are letting them hear it. There's only about 15 or so of them here, but they're getting pretty rowdy over there. They're excited to see their undefeated Demons get back in control here. And so Dexter will go to the free throw line here, I'm assuming to shoot the 1-and-1. 3:24 remaining here in the game. Dexter leads 26-31.
All right, here's Story's first shot. And no good, and the rebound is off to Frazier. Frazier to Caballero, as they are definitely pressing on the full one. They're going inside to Hobbs. Hobbs turns around. Her little jumper is no good. Hobbs gets her rebound back, and I think Hobbs is going to be fouled.
Yeah, Hobbs, she got the shot there. She had the post-up move and missed the first one, got her own rebound on the second one is where she got fouled. So she'll go to the line to shoot two. Eunice still leads, or I'm sorry, trails 26-31. Hobbs' first shot is up and in.
And Hobbs has just been unbelievable from the free throw line.
So that makes it 27-31, and we're going to hope that doesn't give us the announcer's jinx right there. And she knocks the first or second one down. So that's 2 big baskets there for Hobbs. Isabella Garrett will step off. Kiki Parker comes back onto the floor. Eunice trails by 3 with 3 minutes remaining here in the game.
Yeah, Frazier is now 6 of 8 from the free throw. I mean, Hobbs is 6 of 8 from the free throw line. All right, and they've got Tori's back in the game. She's got 4 fouls on her. All right. Duran at the top of the key. She's going out to Kobos. Kobos is looking to drive around Frazier. Come out to Stewart. Now they're just kind of like...
Yeah, they're winning, so they're in no hurry to force anything.
So Kobos out there. And she drives in, and that's Duran. Duran's ball is up and no good, and Rangel has the rebound. And... Okay, is that foul going to be on Frazier? That foul going to be on Kobos?
They called it on Dexter, so that'll send Eunice to the line, I would guess, for 1 and 1. The Dexter coach is unhappy with the call. He is standing out in the center circle before he even called his timeout. So, like I said, it's been an interesting game for little theatrics like that from the sideline from both sides. So 2:18 remaining here in the game. The Dexter coach is still having a discussion with the officials.
Well, I mean, Kobos did run into Frazier. I mean, I'm not sure why he's upset about it. I mean, it's a little like pass interference call there. You can't run the person over to try and intercept the ball.
Right. Well, it's 2:18 remaining.
At least I think Eunice, I'm right. You're the coach. I shouldn't be telling you.
Yeah, Eunice trails 28-31, and so after this timeout, I'm assuming. I mean, they're lined up like they're going to give them the ball on the sideline. It was a pass. Eunice was in possession of the ball. They threw the pass, and she was fouled. So that would send them to the free throw line to shoot.
Well, they're not in the bonus yet.
They're not in the bonus. So
right.
you're right.
That's what I said,
yeah. So that'll give the ball on the sideline over here at midcourt for the Cardinals.
As they're down by 3, 2:18 to play. And they got Parker back in the game instead of Garrett. And, that worked out well as that ball was partially intercepted there by Duran and turns it back over, and Caballeros gets it back and scores.
Yeah, 30-31, 2 minutes remaining.
And that ball's in to Story, rebounded by Story. She falls up again, and this time Story is going to be fouled and is going to go to the line to shoot 2. As Story got 3 opportunities there to make a basket and didn't convert.
So it's 30-31. Under 2 minutes remain here in this game. Dexter is going to go to the line to shoot free throws. The first one is up, and it is good. That extends the lead to 2, so 30-32. Eunice trails by 2. Dexter has one more free throw here with 1:59 remaining here in the game.
And the rebound goes off to Parker, and Parker is going to be fouled there, and that's a good call as Duran wrapped her arm around Parker, and so that should be one.
Yeah, that'll be 1 and 1. So Kiki Parker will shoot some free throws. Oh, they're saying that is number 6.
Yes.
Okay, so Eunice will have the ball. 1:56 remaining. They trail by 2.
Okay, into Frazier. And the ball gets thrown away, and now we're going to have it on the ground there.
Okay, so Dexter's going to call a timeout there. There was a long pass. Both teams were scrambling for it. It was on the floor, rolling around, and as soon as the young lady from Dexter got her hands on the ball, the Dexter coach called a timeout. So 1:49 remaining here in this game. Eunice trails by 2. It's going to be Dexter's ball coming out of this timeout. they are going to be at midcourt or pretty close to midcourt.
So Kobos and Stewart and Torres all have 4 fouls on them now.
Yeah, it could get real interesting here. Very important for Eunice to get a stop here on the defensive end. I would guess, I mean, I hate to say what the Dexter coach is going to do, but if I were the Dexter coach, I'd put the ball in the hands of either Kobos or that number 1, and I would let them sit out there and dribble around and just – I'd get everybody else out of the way and just let them sit out there and dribble it around and run some clock, but that would be me. So 149 and ticking, 30-32. Dexter's got the ball. They're just going to walk it up. She's going to attack.
Yeah, she attacks, and she drains it as she drives right by 2 of the Cardinals. And that is, okay.
Yeah, dribbled it off her toe. We made a kind of a bad pass there. They got the steal, but then they dribbled it off their toe. So it's going to be Eunice ball trailing by 4, 1:27 remaining in the game.
That long pass has really eaten us up. Here's Caballero. She's going to come down, and she's going to be fouled. And Caballero should be going to line and shoot too. And who's that foul on?
1:24 remaining in the game. Caballero's going to go shoot. They called that foul on 00. That's only her second. So I think anybody else would have been a foul out, but that one is not. Caballero dribbles, and the first shot is up and off the back of the rim and no good. Eunice still trails by 4 here. We really need these free throws. We were able to knock them down that first half. This is where it really counts here.
And Caballero's missed both of them, but Hobbs is down there and ties the ball up on the rebound.
And that's going to be Eunice's ball on the baseline. So Hobbs with a big save right there. They're going to get the ball on the baseline. Oh, wait.
Well, we are wrong there, and the possession arrow was over to Dexter. So Dexter has a 4-point lead, 1:16 left. And last time Kobos was down here, she drove that lane, and this time they look to be more than happy, and Hobbs takes the foul there and is going to force them to go to the line.
I think that's what you got to do at this point.
So that's the 4th foul on Hobbs. But had no choice, you're right, just not to eat up the clock when you're down by 4.
Yeah, it's a rough deal when you're down like this, but you've almost got to take it and go ahead and foul. They make the first one. That makes it 35-30. 1:07 remaining here in the game. Dexter's going to have a chance to make it a 6-point game if she can knock this one down, and she does. 36-30, 1:07 remaining.
All right. Hobbs has got to bring the ball down court here. She comes over to Rangel. To Frazier. They try going inside to Hobbs, and they throw the ball away, and now they've got a fast break here, and Torres is going to get another 2, and now they're up by 8 with 40 seconds left here in the game. And another long pass thrown away by the Cardinals. And this time Frazier will foul.
Yeah, and that's going to do it right there. 33 seconds remaining. Eunice is down by 8. And as good of a game as this has been.
Eunice self-destructed here in
right
this last.
Right at the end, they sure did. The last couple of minutes, the wheels just fell off.
Yeah, they threw away so many passes.
Yeah, so right there, the wheels have fallen. 33.6 remaining. Cabos for Dexter is going to go to the line. She spins it around, dribbles a few times. The first one is up, and it is no good. She'll have one more. Eunice still trails by 8. Both sides are either in the bonus or the double bonus.
All right, here's her second shot is up, and it is no good, and the rebound is off to Hobbs. And the ball is stolen away by Kobos, and now Kobos getting the ball across court, and she's going to be tied up by Caballeros there.
Yeah, so I believe Coach Gaetan was hollering, don't foul, but we foul anyway. So It's 30 to 38, 18 seconds remaining. Cowboys will now go back to the line.
And she'll be shooting 2 because they're in the double bonus.
Yes. She misses the first one.
18 seconds doesn't matter much down by 8.
Yeah, unless we can hit a couple of 8-pointers, and then we could get back into it. But it's going to be a tough one here at this point.
And she makes the last one to give a 9-point lead with 18 points left and 18 seconds left. And Caballeros goes up and no good. And they get the long pass, and they scored for a
11-point win there for the Dexter Lady Demons. Eunice led a huge majority of that game, and it was a good battle. But the undefeated Dexter Lady Demons remain undefeated by winning today, 30 to 41. Eunice just, like I said, they just kind of self-destructed there in that fourth quarter, and it was a good game, good ball game to watch. Unfortunately for the Lady Cardinals, it just didn't go our way.
Well, and even when the free throws, so they only made 1 free throw in the first half, and they made 7 free throws in the second half.
Yeah.
For Dexter. So when they couldn't convert the first half, they did, and so just some long passes, some balls just thrown away there at the end of the game, and it just, they got the press, and then the girls, not much you can say about it. So that kind of, you hate to say it, but I don't think there's much hope of the Cardinals going on after that loss.
Yeah, it definitely makes it tough. I mean, you're in a position where, now you're at the mercy of the basketball gods, I guess. If you still got a chance if you win your other games, but I think the more you lose at this point, the less those chances become. So,
yep.
Eunice loses this game. That drops them to 3-4 on the season. So now you've got a under 500 record. You're setting right now, from what I understand, we're setting at second in district. Tatum, I don't see anybody in our district right now beating them, so they're gonna coast to the district championship, I would assume. And we've got to hope for that at-large bid to have a chance. And in order for that to happen, we've still got a Hagerman game, a Loving game, and a Jow game, I believe.
Is Jow okay? So is Jow? Oh, so the girls have 3 games this week.
I believe that's correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
So
right.
I think the only games that the girls don't play that the boys play is Lovington.
Okay.
I think. I think Lovington and the boys play each other, and I don't think our girls play Lovington again.
Well, the boys have got 5 games this week, and so even that, they're only give the girls 3. I know they don't play Lovington. I'm not sure who else it is that's on the schedule for the boys.
Yeah, that's the only one that I am aware of. But I don't know. I know that the girls should have 3 games remaining. They should have Loving, Hagerman, and Jow, and they should have those 3 games, and then that'll be a wrap. The boys, I believe that they had 5 games, but one of those, I think Loving, the girls don't. Well, no, because they haven't played them twice. I don't know. I know the girls should still have 3 games remaining, so we'll see how it goes.
Well, the boys are missing. They won't be making that game up to the Portales game. Obviously, is not being made up.
Right.
But so Loving, but I know the boys. There are 5. The boys play 5 nights in a row this next week. So Tuesday through Saturday.
They play on Wednesday night.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Well, it should be interesting then. I very seldom do I look at the schedule more than a few days in advance because I can hardly keep up with what I've got today and tomorrow. So I haven't looked that far ahead. But unfortunately for the Cardinals, it's a great effort, but one of those, it was close, but that only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades. And so we lost today, and we'll be back in the gym Tuesday.
Yes, sir. All right, well, folks, you all have a safe weekend, and Judge, it's been enjoyable bringing this game to our fans again, and we'll be back with you Tuesday night. Bye, all.